What should an emergency fund actually look like for a family in their 40s earning 300 grand a year? It's not a one size fits all answer. And if you're in a high earning household in the Charlotte area, the 3 to 6 month rule really is a floor, not a ceiling, and only tells half the story. Let me quickly explain what I actually mean by that and what a real liquidity strategy looks like when your life is a bit more complex. Charlotte is the second largest banking center in the country. Bank of America and Truist are headquartered right here in town. Financial services are woven into the fabric of this city. But yet I sit across from families every week in this financial capital of the Southeast who've never had a clear conversation about what their liquidity strategy is and how much cash they realistically need to have on hand at any given time in a savings or checking account. So let's talk about it. When I talk about liquidity with a high earning family, I'm thinking about three separate buckets. The first is true emergency cash, money that is accessible immediately, no questions asked, in a high yield savings account. For a household spending 15 to 20 grand here in the Charlotte area a month, that means something like 60 to 90 grand that lives in cash and does not get touched for anything that is not a genuine emergency. The second bucket is what I call near-term capital. It's money earmarked for a specific goal in the next 1 to 3 years. This might be a down payment, maybe it's a renovation, a kid's college start date, or that vacation property that you've been eyeing for the last couple of years. This money should not be sitting idle in a tax inefficient account earning nothing. It should be working appropriately for its timeline without taking any risk that you cannot afford to lose if the timing shifts. The third bucket is where most of my clients have a gap, and it's the most interesting one that I generally find: strategic liquidity. This is the ability to move quickly when an opportunity arises, whether that's maybe a real estate deal, a business investment, or simply the ability to step away from your W-2 role for maybe a period of time without panicking too much about the next series of expenses that are going to come in the household. This is where a home equity line of credit, or a HELOC, becomes an awesome tool in the right situation. A HELOC is not a recommendation for everyone, and I want to be super clear that it is not a substitute for real savings. But for families who have significant home equity and a clear understanding of how to use it responsibly, having a HELOC in place before you need it is like having a fire extinguisher on the wall just in case. You hope you never use it, but man, you are happy when it's there if needed. The mistake I see most often is that families have too much cash and it's sitting in the wrong places. You have enough money. You just really need a better map of where it needs to be and when you need to use it to make sure it's not in an inefficient vehicle, not getting the return that you desire or need, and not being tax inefficient.